Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. Just scruffy today. Heading out to the shop to get my rig ready for tomorrow. Leaving anyways. So I've seen a lot of stuff on YouTube on the tubes that these gangs or gang affiliates or whatever, they're taking over these apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado, and other places. What they're saying. Also, I saw several videos about the Hells Angels heading to Aurora, Colorado, to confront these members. So you got to ask yourself again, what is the end game? What is the end game? I've had YouTube take now. So years ago, I did a video on vaccines and microchips. And one of my real good brothers that I serve with, he and I had a conversation about these microchips, which are liquid microchips. So I sent him some articles that I personally read, and I checked the Google. My wife and I just saw a movie, and the guy said, "Yep, I checked the Google." So the Google said that these liquid microchips do exist, and they've been creating them since like the late 90s, early 2000s. I believe that was the timeline. And I got it from the Google. However, YouTube took down that video because they said it wasn't true. But from what I understand, YouTube and Google are the same company now, or have been the same company for years. Since that thing that they tried putting in our arms and the thing that we had to wear over our face, right? You can't say stuff like that on here because then they take down the video. So you have to ask yourself if YouTube, and Google, which a lot of us truly believe that it's all not maybe funded, but maybe controlled or funded by the U.S. Government, and so they only allow what they want to be said for the propaganda, right? So first off, if the Google or the tubes allow you to keep your video up, i.e., these affiliations taking over these apartment buildings in Aurora, Colorado, and other places. There's another video I saw. A guy had a video about from the U.S. He was walking down the streets in New York City. I think it was yesterday, the day before, a few days ago. And he said that, he actually had it on video. He had this U.S. Army soldier and a U.S. Marine. A lot of people don't know that that's two different entities, right? U.S. Marines aren't soldiers, and soldiers are not Marines. So the U.S. Army has soldiers, and the Marines have Marines. So he actually got on video these two lads, if you will, in BD. Well, they don't call them BDUs anymore. When I served, it was BDUs, which stands for, it's an acronym for Battle Dress Uniform. Your camis. I don't know what they call them, ACUs now, maybe, or something like that. And anyway, so he got those guys on video. They had walked into the hotel in New York City, and he walked in following the guys, said, "Hey, what's going on?" And there were more military fatigue-dressed individuals sitting at the front desk. So they're saying that, they're spraying all this stuff in New York City for the West Niles thing, and quite possibly they're there to maybe take care of protests or whatever, right? So the Google and the tubes, they are allowing this material to stay on their channels or the Googles or whatever, and they're not being taken down. So are the Hells Angels going there to confront, these members, these gangs? I don't know. But why would the U.S. or this current administration, why would they allow that that material to stay on the tubes, right? Why would they allow that? They want this propaganda to go out because that's how they're going to shut us down. That's exactly how it's going to go. I'm telling you, Trump will not be reelected. One of two things. Like I said, I already went back on that on several videos. So this is the way that they will disrupt the elections, by just shutting everything down, saying, well, every city, every major metropolis is having these members take over, parts of the city, and they're gonna say that, we can't go to the polls or whatever the case is. They're gonna shut it all down. People think I'm crazy again. I don't understand how people can honestly say, oh, that's impossible. Well, really? Okay. Well, look at the last few years. Was that all impossible as well? But yeah, if you look at the stuff they're allowing out there, without proof, mind you, I've heard several videos where there were witnesses that lived in these apartment complexes that were talking about having their vehicles with the that thing you pull the trigger with, holes in their vehicles, in their homes or in their apartments, and they said it's been going on for quite some time. Why would this administration let that be leaked out? Why would they let that be leaked out? Because everybody's, well, not everybody, but a majority, it seems, are very upset with the border situation, right? They, they're talking about, this and that. The current administration let us down. They allowed this, influx or this flood of people coming over, the southern thing that you cross over. So those are, why would they allow us to hear that? The U.S. is just like any other country that controls their media, or what is displayed to the public, right? That's why it's called television. They're telling us a vision, right? So if you honestly think about this and seriously think about this, what is the end game? Why are they allowing us to hear this stuff, but yet they take down my video on the liquid microchips that I got on the Googles, and they said it wasn't true, but yet they let this stuff stay up, and they don't want, supposedly they don't want all this bad publicity on this current administration, right? They don't want that because that doesn't look good for the left, right? So why would they allow this? They're getting it out there on the television, telling us a vision of exactly why things are going the way they're going. And therefore, they'll have the proof to say, well, since the past X amount of months, we've had this many people come across that thing at the South. They came across, and all these, members are taking over these small cities or apartment complexes, or even large cities for that matter, right? So that will be their proof and their excuse to shut everything down. It's coming. It is definitely coming. But again, what is the end game? Why are they letting all this information pass through the tubes or the Google or whatever the case is? Why are they doing that? Why? Ask yourself an honest question that you could probably answer yourself. This is why they're doing it. So for you people that are not prepared somewhat, I just filled up more fuel cans, and I don't understand how people are just feeding into this and spreading this propaganda. They are allowing this stuff to be heard. And again, ask yourself, why are they allowing this to be heard? If this administration let all those people cross that thing on the South, they don't want that. I mean, do you think it's good for their reelection? No, of course not. So they need to get it out there. And for the people that think I'm a crazy person, you are entitled to your own opinion. However, it's coming. So anyways, I just wanted to just give my 2 cents on that. It's just very intriguing at the end of the day. And what happened to the Hells Angels, and I'm not speaking bad of the Hells Angels. I know nothing about them from the documentaries that I've watched and read and stuff like that. But I thought they were going to provide security for Donald, right? That's what there was stuff on the tubes saying that they were going to provide security for him. But then the other day there was another lunatic that tried crawling over the railing that Secret Service was not around again, they said. But where, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff is clickbait. So you and I can hear this stuff. So why, you know what I'm saying? Like if they were supposed to, and I'm not saying that the Hells Angels are full of shit. Of course, I would never say that. They're a strong and pretty intense organization, right? Or MC. So why would somebody put that out that they said, oh, we're going to provide security for him, but then I haven't seen anything like that? And again, I'm not smashing on the Hells Angels. You know, they do a lot of good things for their communities from what I've seen with Toys for Tots and all that kind of stuff. That's all I'll say about that. However, if the security wasn't provided like it was said, I don't think that's them coming out saying, yeah, we're going to do the security for Donald. And there's really, that I know of, I haven't seen any Hells Angel coming out and confirming that they're actually heading toward, and from what I understand, there are a couple Hells Angels chapters in Denver. There's already a few of them. I think it's a couple. Don't quote me on that, but I believe there's at least one, if not a few, chapters there. So they don't need to put up their dirt like that, right? They don't need to put that on there. Why would they? I mean, so you're gonna, you know, what do they say? Revenge is a dish better cold, or revenge is a dish better served cold, right? So why would they put that out there, right? They wouldn't put that kind of stuff out there. That's ridiculous. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to think about the end game here, guys. You got to. And people just aren't doing that, man. They're actually believing everything they're force-fed by the television, right? Anyways, I'm done yapping. I just figure I'd give my 2 cents on it and have people really look at the overall end game and the big picture, right? Anyways, please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.